Jobs just felt instinctively important. I'm told most millennials don't feel that way, but I haven't really met many people in general who don't value stability and safety. Maybe what makes millennials different is that those things feel particularly elusive. My peers and I came of age at a time when everything everyone believed about work was at best in flux and at worst already clearly no longer the case. In 2005, when I was a junior in high school, I decided I would become a journalist. In 2007, as newsrooms were scrambling to move their business models online, the Great Recession started. And 3 years after that, the winter of my senior year of college, the unemployment rate in the United States hit double digits. Only the computer programmers, it seemed, were excited for graduation. As I conjured a frantic storm of resumes, informational interviews, and job fair mailing lists, I had trouble sleeping and, at times, breathing. Though at the time I was narrowly focused on my own employment prospects, or lack thereof, my anxiety was small by comparison to many. I had a college degree, parents willing to help me, and connections at a local greenhouse that would have been happy to have me back for another summer. I was going to be okay. About the future, the world around me, I wasn't so sure. Media wasn't the only industry being remade by technology. As newsrooms were announcing layoffs, other companies were using internet freelance marketplaces and staffing agencies to zap white-collar jobs overseas. Artificial intelligence and robotics were replacing others. Many of the jobs that remained in the United States no longer came with security. Companies had, under pressure from shareholders, cut the fat from their benefits packages for employees, piling more and more risk onto their shoulders. As the economy recovered, the companies hired temp workers, contract workers, freelancers, seasonal workers, and part-time workers. But full-time jobs that had been lost to the recession were never coming back. Over the next 5 years, nearly all of the jobs added to the U.S. economy would fall into the contingent category. That job that we'd all been told was the key to our secure life no longer seemed like a natural path. As a young person, you're not allowed to sit out the future. You don't get to put off learning how to use email because you'd rather fax. Nobody thinks that's endearing. When you see a trend coming down the pike, you know it's going to hit you. So perhaps when entrepreneurs described for me a world in which work would be like shopping at a bazaar, a gig economy startup had picked up this concept in its name, Zarly. It appealed to me more than it would have to someone with more gray hairs. I'll take that vision of the future. No need to play that horrifying mass unemployment and poverty vision that I had all lined up and ready to go. I wrote my first story about the gig economy in 2011, long before anyone had labeled it the gig economy. The headline was, Online Odd Jobs, How Startups Let You Fund Yourself. Though my job changed throughout the next 7 years, my fascination with the gig economy didn't. I first watched as the gig economy became a venture capital feeding frenzy, a hot new topic and a ready answer to the broader economy's problems. Then, as stories of worker exploitation emerged, I listened as the same companies that had once boasted about creating the gig economy worked to distance themselves from the term. I saw the gig economy start a much-needed conversation about protecting workers as technology transforms work. The more I learned, the more I understood that the startup future of work story, as consoling as it was also incomplete. Yes, the gig economy could create opportunity for some people, but it also could amplify the same problems that made the world of work look so terrifying in the first place: insecurity, increased risk, lack of stability, and diminishing workers' rights. The gig economy touched many people. Some of them were rich, some poor, some had power, and some didn't. Its impact on each of them was different. The chapters